Peace to the gods. Hello, family. Peace. Today, I just wanted to make a video, and basically, I feel the need to announce and proclaim more and more of who I am and who I will continue to grow to be. Just speaking upon being the person that I am, and spreading my mind around the universe, because it's not a lot of people that's carrying themselves how I carry myself. So I feel that I want to show the world, and I want to tell the world, and I want to speak on the mind that I have, the mentality that I have, because the mentality that I have is not common to come across, which is very, very it's unfortunate, because the mentality that I have is for me to love myself, for me to know myself, and for me to do all things that serves myself, literally. And when you come across most people, their outer life doesn't show that they know themselves. It doesn't show that they love themselves. It doesn't show that they serve themselves based on their mentality. Their mentality is conditioned under ideas that literally does not serve them. And for some reason, they justify, they sustain that subjectivity that they have when it comes to being the way that they are, because, when we look at, when I ask a person, how do you know you love yourself? Most people, like, I'm gonna go live today and speak with some people and ask them these couple questions, because I'm pretty sure, when you ask people about these things, it's not common conversation. It's not something that people think about on an everyday basis or pay attention to. And I dedicate my whole entire life into this. I commit myself into mastering myself, loving myself, knowing myself. I do all things that serve me. So, and then that trickles down to all the things that I do. It serves me because I serve what is. So I'm not doing nothing that don't serve me, meaning that I'm not having conversations that don't serve me. I'm having conversations that serve me, whether it's feeding my mind, it's stimulating my mind. I'm not having meaningless conversations. I'm not moving without a purpose. I'm moving with a purpose, because I have intent for myself. And most people are unconscious on the way that they move and how they move. A lot of people don't even know their Mars placement. A lot of people don't even care for astrology. Astrology is the mechanics of consciousness. And when you care about yourself, when you love yourself, when you attempt to understand yourself, you must start off with psychology. And when you look into astrology, you will understand that astrology is actually the mechanics of consciousness. What is consciousness? The psychological thoughts is literally a breakdown of thought patterns, aspects of certain ways of, the elements of thought, fiery thoughts, the emotional thought, the water thought. Like, astrology plays a whole role into who you are, and it's people that go about their everyday lives that just think it's hocus pocus or don't pay attention to their astrological program. Melanated beings, speaking specifically to you. You are an ancient being. When they talk about Egypt, when they talk about Africa and all this stuff, it was a lot of things that was taken away from us. One of the things that we knew, we was in tune with the cosmic reality that exists. The cosmic reality that exists, which is your astrology, your astrological program. We say everything is already written, because you can in the Chinese culture, it is not common for a Chinese person to give you their birth time, because they think they want to, first for one, they know how intimate and how informative a natal chart is to someone. They don't just give out they birth times to people because they don't want that, but they don't want certain people to know exactly who they are. Literally, this is how deep astrology get. Us as melanated beings, being in the European society and United States of America, horoscope, it was around in our subconscious, throwing in little light codes. But as far as in getting taught about our actual knowledge that we had as a people and how we carried ourselves as people and how we knew ourselves as people, astrology had a lot to do with it. Astrology had a lot to do with it. It's a lot of melanated beings who literally look at astrology like it's hocus pocus, or it's just something meaningless. And that is the worst thing that you can do. The worst thing you can do is deny yourself, because you're denying information about yourself. Everyone has an astrological program. Everyone has an astrological program. Also, how do you know you're loving yourself? You're doing things that's reflecting that you love yourself. So when you're having conversations, the conversations are reflecting that you love yourself. The things that you eat, when you eating, it's reflecting that you loving yourself. When I eat, I don't get body odors when I eat. I don't get stomach aches when I eat. I don't get the itis when I eat. I love myself by the information that I have, by knowing how to go about eating as a human being, knowing the technologies of my body, and knowing how well my mind can thrive if I was to consume things that's good for me, things that serves my body, serves the cells inside of my body, if I put something in my mouth, I'm expecting it to do some type of justice to any part of my body. Like, it's supposed to feed and nourish the organs inside of my body. And that's what I do. I study what before 3 years ago, I went from walking into 7-Eleven, just grabbing anything that I thought looked good, eating it, to I used to pull up to drive-thrus and eat Wendy's and pizza, literally. 3 years ago, that's how I chose to love myself, by desire, by taste. Now, when I go into a 7-Eleven, I see how to me it's disgusting, because it ain't nothing but poison. It ain't nothing but poison on them shelves. So, I don't eat nothing in 7-Eleven. But yeah, I start giving myself information based on, these fucking fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants is probably the worst thing you can feed your body, for the simple fact that not only is manufactured, not only is artificial, but you just not using your mind and then just eating something. With me, I used to be okay with that, but it says a lot about a person, how much they love themselves. When you can't cook for yourself, when you can't use your mind to feed your mind healthy things, like, where's the drive? Where's the thought process when it comes to feeding your body? And as a woman, we have children. There's a lot of children that feed their children nonsense because they're not using their mind. They're not thinking about what that food is doing to their child, let alone they're not taking the time out to actually cultivate meal habits for their children, or even for themselves, literally. That's just a little bit.